Now, as you venture into the land of auditioning, or even just prepping for auditions, or doing performances, and basically just kind of being on show in a creative capacity, you will find that there will be lots of people offering you tips and advice and insight and a lot of kind of unsolicited, hey, I've got something to say about what you're doing stuff. And this is why we need to talk about whose advice you listen to matters. As you start to get a grasp of what is actually working well for you in auditions, as you prep, as you're actually kind of growing your own actor's process, you need to be careful that you are getting truly objective, bias-free, and actionable advice from legitimate sources. Basically, what it all comes down to is you need to stop taking advice from your mum. Stop asking your mum for acting feedback, whether that is on a monologue, whether that is on a performance, a self-tape, and anything. Stop asking mum for advice. Unless, of course, your mum is also an actor or an acting coach or a director or somebody who actually works within the creative industry in that capacity. But even then, you probably shouldn't be asking or listening to it. Now look, you love your mum. Your mum is a saint. She can do no wrong, and I would never ever criticize her in any way. That's not what's happening here. There are several reasons why listening to the advice of family members, well-meaning friends, and other people that don't necessarily work within the acting industry might be a really bad move. First of all, their lack of insight and experience. Now, I know nothing about medicine. When it comes to anatomy and chemistry and biology, and I know nothing. So if you came to me with a suspicious rash or a broken bone, or you couldn't breathe properly, anything that isn't just the symptoms of a common cold, you should not be paying attention to any of the advice that comes out of my face, because I will be stabbing in the dark and I will be guessing, and I will kill you probably. I don't know how to diagnose. I don't know how to recognize any symptoms or actually analyze anything to give you an accurate diagnosis, so do not come to me. My dad, however, who has been a doctor for decades, he's your guy. He's got the experience, he's got the insight, he's got the knowledge. Therefore, he's the guy that you go to for medical advice. You go to the person with the experience and the insight to gain advice that is actually useful. Another thing to consider is that if you are asking for advice from people who are very close to you, the likelihood is they are incredibly biased. Plain and simple, your nearest and dearest think that you hung the moon. They think you're incredible. They think you're amazing. You're the cat's pajamas, dog's bollocks, bee's knees, and you deserve all of the Oscars. Everyone. And as well they should. You need somebody in your corner who's going to think that the sun shines out your arse. But the thing is, they're not going to be offering very much criticism, anything that is constructive that is going to enable you to grow and progress within your process. First of all, because they won't be able to decipher anything through their lack of knowledge and understanding, but also a big cloud of "you're so amazing" is hanging above them as well. And that is going to prevent them from seeing exactly what you're doing in an objective way to give you a note that is actually going to be useful to you. These are the people that you go to for love and acceptance, just as you are. They are not the people that you go to for the hard truths. They are not the people that you go to figure out where you are falling short on your actor's practice. And thirdly, these people want to keep you safe. To them, you are precious, you need to be protected, and they don't want anything to befall you, including rejection and ridicule. And this can manifest in a way of them watching an audition tape of yours or a performance, or you prepping for an audition and encouraging you to err on the side of caution. They don't want you to be truly risking anything, because if you risk something, then you're in danger. Risking something means that you can potentially end up looking silly or put you in some kind of vulnerable position. But sadly, in acting, you do have to take those risks. You do have to be vulnerable. You have to be able to open yourself up to bringing a character to life. You have to put yourself into audition rooms where the likelihood is you're going to get a no, and do that again and again and again. You're going to be investing money into headshot photographers and show reel stuff and buying clothes for auditions, and it's expensive and it's a risk. You're going down a road into a career that is not stable. It does not guarantee you anything. And if I had a pound or a dollar or whatever for every parent who has ever said, make sure that you have a backup plan, or why don't you get a proper degree first and then you can go off and try the acting thing. They want to keep you safe because they love you. But if this is something that you really want to do, then you've got to be discerning and really kind of figure out, whose advice do I buy here? Whose advice do I actually want to take on and implement within my practice? And this is why you need to be investing in the wealth of knowledge and experience that a coach or a mentor will provide to you. Because the likelihood is they've been where you are or where you're going, and they know how to get the best out of you and what is falling short currently and where you need to pick it up. And mentors and coaches want the best for you too, much like family and friends. But we are removed and detached enough to show up in a non-biased way to give you the notes and the guidance, to give you things that you need to work on, and to hold you to a standard and hold you accountable so that you do grow and improve. Because your mum will think you're perfect and I will see it for what it is, that there are areas to be worked on, because there is no such thing as perfect. And if you wish to progress and improve and grow within your practice and within this industry, you need to be investing in mentors that are willing to give you that. Now, this does not mean that from now on you just say, screw you, mum, screw you, dad, you guys don't know anything, you laymen, you amateur, Philistines. Nothing like that. You can still listen to them, nod, smile, say thank you for the advice that they're giving, because it is a demonstration of love. It is a demonstration of affection, of investment in you. But after you nod and say thank you, weigh up whether that is advice that you buy and whether that is advice that is useful. Because of course they want to be involved. They want to be part of it. And that's amazing, but that doesn't mean that what they're giving you is going to really help you in the long run. So take it for what it is. Take it for the love. And this, of course, also transcends into other areas where people are doling out advice. Like if you have a really bad audition and the people on the panel actually give you something that's incredibly blunt and could be quite cruel, really think objectively, is this something that is useful to me in this moment? Or was that just something that they were saying for whatever reason, because, you know, we never know what other people are going through and all this kind of stuff. Is this something that I actually want to take on and I will find useful and it will help me grow? Or is that something that I can go, thank you, and put away? Because yeah, sure, there are experienced people out there. There are people with insight and there are people with expertise, but it's not a one size fits all. One note for one person isn't going to work for another person. So you don't have to take things as if it's law, as if it is, you know, God-given. Be objective in your analysis of people's notes and your people's guidance. And also, the more that you work with a mentor or with a coach, you will start to actually grow a sense of self-policing, of self-analysis. So you're going to start to kind of gauge what's working well for you and what's not. So you're not going to be so heavily reliant on other people giving you guidance, on other people giving you notes. You start to find a standard for yourself and holding yourself to that standard as you go. And that's awesome. So after all of that, if you were at the stage where you were looking for tangible notes, actionable things that you can work on, and advice, then my coaching books are open. So for ways to work with me directly, all of the information is in the description box below. There are ways to contact me. You can book a 20-minute free strategy call on Zoom so that we can go through what you're struggling with currently, what's working well for you, and what your plans are going forward so that we can get you the results that you want. Because an investment in coaching is an investment in yourself, in your practice, in your career, and that should be something that is given priority. So get in touch. But as always, if you liked this video, make sure that you like the video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, make sure that you pass this video and others like it to your active friends so that we can all grow and progress and improve together. Until next time,